is game 2 of the Bi-District Championship between the Robert Vela's Lady Sabercats and the Weslaco Lady Panthers. We are here on the campus of Robert Vela High School, where it is the Lady Sabercats now with a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 series. Once again, a Bi-District Championship. Hello, everybody. Carlos Chavez along with Mike Gonzalez for the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance pregame show. And what a game that we had last night, because the Lady Sabercats came out and they were cruising right along, leading 4-0 until the 6th and the 7th inning, when the Lady Panthers scored 2 runs in the 6th, 2 runs in the 7th to send it into extra innings. But that is when the Sabercats, a home run by Chavez, ended up winning the game.
Yeah, well, just a terrific night. We expected this series to be a great one, and what a start we had. Pitching dominated the first part of the game, and then we had some hits that started going on, and then we had a few errors along the way too, which you expect when two great teams play with one another that came in with identical records. And in the end, it was Edinburg Vela who took control early on, hit that big home run in the 8th inning and took game 1.
You got to like the way the Lady Panthers came back in this game, because, like I said, the Sabercats were doing very, very well. Looked like they were going to win that game 1 pretty easily, because it was a shutout through most of the game. And so you got to like the way they fought back, Mike. The character of this softball team was really shining last night.
Yeah, absolutely, Carlos. We're talking about a team that went to the state tournament a few years ago, the will to win. They have that championship formula. It took until the 5th inning for the bats to get going, and lo and behold, they ended the night with 10 hits. 7 of them came after the 5th inning. They made their adjustments, and then they started scoring runs, and were able to come back into the game.
A little bit of a late start here this evening. We're going to be starting at 8 o'clock, and the Lady Panthers got here about an hour ago. They came off the bus. They were real relaxed, and you had a chance to talk to Coach Mario Rodriguez, and he seemed pretty relaxed coming to the game as well.
Yeah, Carlos, I think he's that the team feels pretty good, and I mean, they were right there. I mean, yes, they fell behind 4-zip. Were able to come back and make a game out of it. I asked him a few questions. How's Ashley doing? He says, oh, she's doing great. She did pretty well yesterday, and then the team looked pretty loose. I asked him, what adjustments do you make? He goes, do not throw Chavez a changeup. So that's one big adjustment. But now that they've played a game, they're more familiar with what the Sabercats offer, and so I think they're going to make more adjustments into this game, and I think they feel pretty good.
Yeah, last night they decided to go with the senior in the circle, Audrey Escamilla. Tonight they will go with the junior, and the person who has been carrying this team most of the season, and they're going to go with Ashley Sablan.
Yeah, that's right, Carlos. Yesterday she came in the 4th inning and threw 4 2/3 innings, had 3 strikeouts, which is what she averages every start. She did give up a few hits here and there, but I thought she did a pretty good job, considering that the Sabercats score a lot of runs. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like we said yesterday, they scored 20 runs in 5 games this year, and a lot of 10 or more runs. So for her to give up only like 2 runs is a pretty good job, and I think that momentum is going to carry into tonight.
Yeah, and for the Sabercats, they're going to go with Naomi Reyes. She's been their ace all season long, over 200 strikeouts going into last night's game. And again, last night, a pretty good dominant performance. That fastball was working for her.
Right, Carlos. She threw 120 pitches and had 7 strikeouts. Didn't walk anybody, so she had very good command. If you noticed early in the game, the Lady Panthers were having a hard time. Were swinging a lot, or they were kind of hesitant to swing. Yep. And Reyes did an outstanding job. She's a Texas Southern a commit. She signed with them, and she's going tonight. So that tells me that the Sabercats are in it to win it tonight. You would think, they're going to rest her, but talking to Coach Rodriguez, he says, well, with pitchers in softball, they can throw the next day. Yes, they will be a little bit sore. However, we'll see how she is. The velocity will probably not be the same. So
Sure.
That's going to be interesting and something to look out for.
Yeah, and Lady Panther fans are used to that, because Taylor Tafoya a couple of years ago, she was their ace, and she pitched throughout the entire playoffs. Now, we got to talk a little bit about Taylor Chavez for Robert Vela. She had 3 RBIs last night, and, of course, she had that game winner, as Coach Rodriguez alluded to. It's a changeup pitch. She slowed down her speed and knocked that one out of the park for what eventually became the game winner in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Carlos, that was an 0-1 count. And saw the changeup. She saw what she liked and knocked it out of the ballpark. Tonight, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, Carlos, because if you notice, the ballpark is a little bit deeper, and that was something else that Coach Rodriguez and I were talking about. We estimated perhaps 238 feet, between first and third base lines, and so this is a pretty big ballpark. So, they got to make the adjustment on how they're going to pitch to her. Make sure they don't give her anything to hit, And, you know, another great thing would be make sure that nobody's on base when she comes to bat. That would be a great thing. But another thing to mention, Carlos, is the rest of the team, while Chavez went 3 for 4, the rest of the team was 3 for 26. But, you know, those players will also make their adjustments. So, you know, they just got to make sure that they you know, stay consistent and do what they got to do to slow this team down.
As far as the Weslaco Lady Panthers last night, tremendous game for Gabby Rivera, the first baseman, the senior, 3 for 4 last night. A great game, and of course, also that bottom part of that lineup really did a good job.
They did, Carlos. So that's something that stood out to us yesterday. The bottom of the lineup, the 7 and 8 hitters, including Gabby, Lauren De Anda, combined 5 for 8 with 4 singles and 2 runs scored, and I think that's what got the team going and to help them get back into this game. You know, Alyssa got off to a slow start as a leadoff hitter, you know, and then she got going in the 7th inning with a big hit, and the rest of the team as well. All
right, National Anthem is underway, so let's go ahead and join that and our game right after this. All right, well, Carlos Roberto along with Mike Gonzalez, we're over here on the campus of Robert Vela High School for this Game 2 matchup between the Lady Sabercats and the Weslaco Lady Panthers. This is Game 2 of a best of 3, so it's a win or go home for the Weslaco Lady Panthers. Game 3, if there is a Game 3, will be taking place tomorrow at Weslaco High School at 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for the Weslaco Lady Panthers. And they'll, you know what, let's go ahead and send it up to the PA announcer. We'll listen to that and let him take it over.
Number 23, Kim Espinosa. Number 19, Marilyn Chalaria. And now your starters. Leading off, number 11, Charlene De Anda. Number 5, Audrey Escamilla. Audrey. Number 4, Audrey Escamilla. Number 21, Abigail Luna. Number 10, Gabby Rivera. Number 17, Amberly Barrera. Number 16, Lauren De Anda. Number 12, Jordan Diaz. GP, number 6, Helen Gonzalez.
Oh my God.
In the flex, number 9, Ashley Sada. And now, Saber Nation on your feet for your Robert Vela Lady Sabercats. Number 7, Felicia Guzman. Number 4, Junior Gabriela Martinez. Number 14, Sophomore Bianca Chavez. Number 12, Sophomore Deandra Longoria. Number 6, Junior Julia Bordeaux. Number 2, Junior Evan Perez. And now your starting lineup. In right field, Junior number 9, Gabriela Vieira. The wall behind the plate, number 13, Junior Dobby Sablan. Plugging the hole between second and third base, number 5, Taylor Chavez. The wall at first base, number 10, Senior Audrey Escamilla. At third base, number 15, Junior Chavez. Patrolling the north line zone in center field, number 3, Senior Audrey. DP tonight, number 18, Junior Vela. Your captain, number 11, on the mound, with over 230 strikeouts this season, number 11, Naomi Reyes. Patrolling left field, Junior, number 8, Catherine Montero. At second base, sophomore, number 1, Cameron Casares. Let's play some ball.
All right, so there you go, and we'll go ahead once again. We'll go through the lineup here for the Weslaco Lady Panthers. They're going to start off with Charlene De Anda, a little bit of a change from last night. Batting second will be Audrey Escamilla. Batting third, Audrey Escamilla. And the cleanup will be Abigail Luna. After that, batting fifth, Gabby De Vera, 3 for 4 last night. Amberly Barrera, she also had a hit last night. Lauren De Anda, batting seventh. Batting eighth, Jordan Diaz. And batting ninth, Helen Gonzalez.
Charlene De Anda, Carlos, is no stranger to the leadoff position. I remember I saw her against Harlingen South before the season ended, and she had a couple of hits in that big win over the Lady Hawks.
All right, defensively for the Lady Sabercats, behind the mound, or behind the plate, I should say, at catcher will be Darisa Buenrostro. At first base, it will be Audrey Guerra. Second base, Cameron Casares. At shortstop, Taylor Chavez. At third base, Alyssa Cedillo. In the outfield, we'll have Catherine Montero, who will be playing left field. At center field, Alyssa Alanis. And in right field will be Gabriela Villarreal. So we're all set up for this game 2 and a beautiful night here in Edinburg. A little bit cooler than it was last night, a little bit warm as it started a little bit earlier last night. Here it is at 8 o'clock, so cooler temperatures makes for a nice night to watch some baseball here coming in the end of April. Summer is coming up, and this is Lady Panthers softball time. This is when they make their run in the playoffs, so we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, Carlos, and being that it's an 8 o'clock start, that means dusk has already settled in, and so the players or coaches don't have to worry about the sun hitting their eyes, or the hitters or the catcher or anything like that, or even the umpire.
Maybe a reason why they're starting at 8 o'clock, because the sun is almost down. If it would have been 7 o'clock or a 6 o'clock start, that sun would be right in the eyes of the batter right now.
Exactly.
All right, so here we go. First pitch for the pitcher. De Anda lays down the bunt. The first base, covering nicely, is the second baseman there, Catherine Casares, for out number 1. First pitch, she went after that one, Mike. It goes down for an out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Carlos, how patient the Lady Panthers are going to be at the plate. We saw De Anda take that first pitch for a bunt, but being that Reyes pitched last night, to test out that arm and see if how it feels or how that velocity is.
All right, so here we go. Alyssa Escamilla, pitcher last night in the batter's box. Slap hitter is Alyssa, left-hander. Also has that speed to first base. We are right down the first base line, so we'll have a great opportunity to see the plays right at first base. And we'll get to see Alyssa Escamilla get a jump. Slaps that one away, but that'll be foul tip. It's 0-2 to Escamilla.
Alyssa was yesterday's leadoff hitter and was 2 for 4 with 2 singles, scored a run, and had a stolen base.
So far, the Lady Panthers come out aggressive. First 3 pitches of the game, and the Panthers have tried to put the bat on the ball in all 3 of them. A bunt, by Charlene de Anda, and also 2 slaps trying by Escamilla. 0-2 count. Escamilla lets that one go, and it's the first ball.
Lady Panthers hoping to get to a better start, Carlos, than last night. Only had 3 hits in the first 5 innings.
That one low, bring the count now 2-2. And continuing on that thought, Mike, they ended the game very, very well. They couldn't finish the deal. They left a runner on third base to end the contest, which would have tied the game in the 8th. But they had some hits there in that 8th inning, just couldn't finish the game. Escamilla down the third baseline. That one will go foul. So they come in here with a little bit of momentum, I guess you can say, feeling good, because they had those last 3 innings where they were playing very well.
And not only that, Carlos, they were able to adjust to Reyes, and I think it took them the first half of the game to get used to her style of pitches. I mean, we saw the kind of stuff she brings, and it's very, very impressive. She brings a variety of pitches to you, and it seemed like the Lady Panthers were just having a little bit of trouble in the beginning.
Big windup. Escamilla pops out up down the third baseline, caught by the shortstop Taylor Chavez for out number 2. Good hustle by Chavez, doing it last night in the batter's box and here on the field. She also had a good night last night on the field, but a great catch right there.
Absolutely, Carlos. And if fans recall last night, where it looked like the SaberCats were going to win the game in the 7th, and then got that last pop-up between third and short, and there was a miscommunication, and the ball was dropped. And this time, the shortstop with an outstanding job at getting to the ball and making the play.
All right, so that's out number 2. To the plate now will be Audrey Escamilla, batting in 3-0. And she's used to being right there towards the top of the lineup, Audrey. Since her freshman year, she's always been a 3-hole hitter, a 4-hole hitter, a power hitter, most definitely for the Lady Panthers. Low, so it's looking for the scoreboard here, and I think it's behind the dugout. But I think it's 0-2. Or
it should be 2 balls and no strikes.
2-0.
Audrey was 1 for 4 with a single last night as a number 4 hitter.
That one right in there, so that'll make the call. 2 balls and a strike now to Escamilla, and she's going to call time. Looks like she's looking for some protection for her elbow, her forearm. So, yep, that's exactly what she was looking for. She probably forgot to put that on as she went out there. Then it was the inside pitch. She's like, oh, wait a minute, I don't have the protection that I need. So now she's working at that.
And it seemed to me, Carlos, that Audrey is a little bit more patient tonight. If you remember last night, she was very aggressive at the plate, going for those home run hits or wanting to get a big hit. But she's a little bit more patient tonight.
2-1 the count to Escamilla, the junior catcher for the Lady Panthers. And here we go. That one knocked foul and out of play. Heads up. Right where the kids are at, right in front of the concession stand. A little danger zone.
Yeah, even we're in the danger zone tonight.
Yeah.
We're between home plate and first.
2 balls, 2 strikes now to Escamilla. Reyes. And taking a swing at that one is Audrey. Will be fouled away to make it now full. 3-2 the count.
Edinburg Vela going for their 2nd ever series win in school history. In 2013, they beat Chavez when they were in Class 5A.
Here we go, Reyes, the big windup. Audrey gets a hold of that one, going to be popped up. Shallow left field, and Chavez goes back for the final out. And that'll be the end of the top of the first inning with a score 0-0. Lady Panthers unable to get anything going. And Lady SaberCats now come to bat. All right, we'll take a look at the starting lineup now here for the Vela SaberCats. They're going to start off pretty much with what we had last night, almost identical if it is identical. We've got Villarreal, Gabriela Villarreal batting first, then Darisa Buenrostro, Taylor Chavez at 3rd hole hitter, and the 4th spot will be Audrey Guerra. Then we have Alyssa Cedillo batting 5th. Batting 6th will be Alyssa Alanis. Batting 7th, Amber Guerra. Batting 8th, the pitcher, Naomi Reyes. And batting 9th will be Catherine Montero.
The only adjustment, Carlos, is Alyssa Alanis is hitting tonight. Yesterday was Julia Cordon in the center field. Everything else is the same as last night.
Yeah, and when you win a game and almost dominate, I guess maybe you can say, or you feel good about, playing through 5 innings like that, you kind of want to go with that same lineup. And Coach Maples is pretty much doing that. Defensively for the Lady Panthers, we'll go ahead and go through that as well. Make sure we got. I need to make sure. I want to make sure we got everybody correct here in the outfield, first of all, before we can set this up. So let me take a look outside. All right. So here we go. It's going to be, of course, Asada on the mound, Escamilla behind the plate, Gabriela at first, Lauren De Anda at second, at third base, Abigail Luna, shortstop, Alyssa Escamilla. In the outfield, left field, be Helen Gonzalez, Charlene De Ana at center field, and Amberly Barrera in right field. Wasn't sure if that was Jordan Diaz out there or Helen Gonzalez. Had to check the number, but it is Helen Gonzalez who's getting the start.
Yeah, when the players are stretching and warming up between innings, that's where it gets a little tricky because they kind of come a little bit more closer to each other. But nevertheless, I think we're ready to go.
And then when you look at the starting lineups, they have the designated pitcher and
flex and things like that.
Flex players, so I just wasn't too clear on who was going to be at left field. As sometimes there will be Diaz out there, Helen Gonzalez, so Gonzalez gets the start. First pitch by Sala, that's going to be a ball away. And to the batter, Villarreal.
Gabriela was 1 for 4 last night, had a big double in the 5th inning and scored.
So 1 ball, no strikes to Villarreal. Here's the windup by the junior pitcher. That one high for Ashley Sada. Different routine for Sada last night. She had to come off the bench, behind in the game. And she got to work right away. Once she was able to get things going, she shut down the SaberCats.
Right. Ashley knew she was going to play. She just didn't know when. But today, she knew she was going to be the starter. So, mentally, she was able to prepare herself.
There's a strike. Found the strike zone on that one. And 2-1. So, Sada had an opportunity to talk to her a little bit and some of the players here because we're so close to the dugout. And once again, very relaxed. I think that's the way these softball players are, very relaxed.
Right.
Sometimes when we get to these football players, they're in the zone. The softball players, nah, they're not like that at all. That one's going to go foul to Rivera. So that'll make the count 2-2. So relaxed atmosphere. I think that's the way softball is. Baseball's like that as well. Or some of these other sports, you get in that zone and they won't talk to you. We're around football players a lot and football coaches, and it's a different type of mentality going into a football game.
And the great thing, Carlos, is that she has last year's experience to fall back on. Even though she was the number 2 starter behind Taylor Tafoya, she had a senior like Taylor to fall back on. And
change up there, and Ashley will catch that one right back to her for out number 1.
Yeah, Ashley doing a great job calling everybody off. She got it, I got it. Made the play there, made the catch for the first out.
Just getting back to your point, yeah, she played a lot last year. She was not the number 1 player, but she came in a lot during the season with Tafoya being the senior, her being the sophomore last year. She had a lot of playing time, and this time of the year in the playoffs, so
absolutely.
She certainly has that experience.
And if you remember that big series against Edinburg High, she came in and pitched a gem. She did a great job.
All right, next batter here is Darisa Buenroso. First pitch to her is a ball high. So 1-0 the count to Darisa Buenroso.
Buenroso was 0 for 3 last night, struck out swinging, and but did draw a walk in the 3rd inning.
Right down the middle right there. Evens up the count, 1-1. And Sada takes her time in the circle. Waits for the batter to get back into the batter's box. Then she hits the rubber and goes to work. This will be fouled back. Out of play. To make it now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good crowd on hand once again. Panthers, Lady Panthers, always with a good following. Lady Sabercats, here they are with their crowd as well. Sada, that one high, change up. Evens the count 2-2.
You can notice, Carlos, the way Ashley throws that ball inside her glove like that. That's probably her just trying to focus and to concentrate and, you know, focus on the next pitch.
Sada, change up right in the middle. That is such a tricky pitch. The strikeout right there, the first one for Ashley Sada. And Mike, it's a ball that's coming at you high, and it just goes right into that strike zone.
And I'm pretty sure Ben Rostro didn't anticipate that coming. And just so what a pitch by Sada for her first strikeout of the night.
Up next will be Taylor Chavez. And she was the hero last night with 3 RBIs, the game winner, home run in the 8th inning.
And this is what I was talking about, Carlos. So make sure that Taylor comes on with nobody on. First pitch, I think, was a ball, so the count is 1-0.
Okay.
And that's a foul out of play there. Even the count at 1-1. Took a good swing at it there, Carlos, but out of play. And I see Audrey coming out to talk to Ashley. I don't know if there was something that maybe Audrey didn't like, or, you know, just telling Ashley, like, just be careful not to give her anything that she can hit. Good contact hitter.
All right, so this is the batter they really need to concentrate on, Mike. So we'll see what they have for her. This is going to be tipped up down the third base line. Sada able to handle that one. Could have gone to Abigail Luna or to Sada. And that is out number 3 as they pop up. 2 pop-ups here to the pitcher here. And that'll be the end of the inning.
Oh, that ball almost snuck out of Ashley's glove, but I was able to get the grip of it and end the inning there. A great job there with the pitches on Taylor Chavez, beg your pardon.
Weslaco ISD is the right choice because we now offer open enrollment, free tuition, free transportation, access to award-winning UIL and extracurricular programs, and more for families in Weslaco and now anywhere in the Valley. WISD is the right choice. All right, so here we go. Lady Panthers will have Abigail Luna, Gabby Rivera, and Amberly Barrera. 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming right up here. And we'll get a chance to see them work a little bit.
Right. Abigail.
Middle alignment.
Yeah, absolutely. Abigail was 0 for 3 last night. Had a big sacrifice fly, which drove in a second run for the Lady Panthers. She was one of 2 players, Carlos, in the lineup that didn't have a hit. So let's see if Abigail can get started tonight.
All right, little change in the lineup. She's now the 4-hole hitter in the game. First pitch inside, ball to Luna.
Strike call for Abigail. Evens the count at 1-1. Comes in tied for the team lead with 7 home runs.
All right, here we go. Chavez can't handle it off of her glove, and Luna is on with the lead off base hit. That one just hit pretty tough to Chavez. Would have been hard for anyone to handle.
That's a great start to an inning. Leadoff hitter on. If you recall, Carlos, last night it took about the 5th or 6th inning for a leadoff hitter to get on base, and those hits they scattered early on came with 2 outs, and so that's not the case tonight. Now we have a base runner here in the 2nd inning.
All right, we got Gabby Rivera last night. one of the top players, 3 for 4 last night was Rivera. Trying to put the ball down, going to be going foul and caught by the first baseman. Trying to advance Luna to second base, but the pop-up there and out number 1.
Must have gone the bat too far underneath, and the ball just went up high, and first baseman was already playing in, anticipating the bunt, was able to make the play for the first out.
Amberly Barrera now coming to the plate. And with 1 out here, a runner on first base. Barrera took a swing at that one for strike number 1. It was a high fastball, and I think Amberly wanted that one, then tried to change her mind in the middle of her swing.
Amberly was 1 for 4, had the team's first hit in the second inning.
Inside pitch, that's going to be a ball. Evens the count 1-1. Might got the Lady Panthers right next to us, so you might hear some chants and some cheering as they root on their team. Barrera, the senior. This one's going to be fouled back for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Barrera, the senior, the right fielder rather.
The great thing about Coach Rodriguez is that, you know, he's very loose with his team, and he lets them have fun, enjoy the experience, and it's worked out with the success they've had these last couple of years.
Noisemakers, hats,
sure,
costumes, everything. 1-2 pitch. And Barrera will go down looking, and that'll be first strikeout for Reyes.
Just a great pitch there by Reyes. It looked like Barrera didn't anticipate that pitch coming, and called out on strikes.
All right, that'll bring up Lauren Deanna. We got 2 outs here in the second inning. We still got that leadoff runner stranded at first base, but here's Lauren Deanna to try to change that. Reyes, big swing. This one fouled back. Is it out of play? And oh, it's caught!
Wow.
By the third baseman coming on to make the catch. Alyssa Cedillo. What a grab right at the fence. A great hustle play by her for the final out.
Wow, Carlos, that's just a terrific play. That's an all-district play right there. We've already seen a couple of those made tonight by both teams, and so far in the first inning and a half, it's been defense. It's been pitching and defense, and so great job by both teams.
All right, so that'll do it. That'll be the end of the top half of the second inning. 1 hit, no runs. And we'll move on to the bottom of the second inning. And for the Lady Sabercats, we have Audrey Guerra, Alyssa Cedillo, and Alyssa Alanis. Next 3 hitters for the Lady Sabercats. No harm, no foul, I guess, on that. You know, you got to like the way the Abigail Luna was able to get on base. But a stranded batter here for the Lady Panthers. Missed opportunity for them.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw Gabby there trying to lay down the bunt there, and you know, unfortunately, it was popped up, and Lady Panthers weren't able to move the runner to second base. Then you have a strikeout.
Yep.
And so yeah, you know, you get your leadoff man on, and you start off on the right note. But yeah, I mean, you got to earn your runs with this Edinburg Vela team.
Yeah, got a good hustle play by Reyes. A good pitch. Let's just strike out Barrera. You know, the bunt. You know, good play there by the first baseman. So defense right now, that was the key, I guess, in that particular frame.
Right.
Second inning. Top of the second inning. All right, here we go to the bottom of the second inning now. And Sala will go to work here against Audrey Guerra. Sala, wind up. Right down the middle for strike number 1.
Audrey Guerra was 1 for 4 last night, had a single in the 4th inning. We mentioned that the team went 3 for 26, aside from Taylor Chavez. Audrey was one of the players that got a hit.
Change-up pitch. Sala wanted that one maybe a little high. Evens out the count to 1-1. think we have a different umpire behind the plate tonight. Usually that's what happens. They'll rotate around. So Sada and Reyes will have to get used to the strike zone here. That one hit solidly, but out of play and into the parking lot there. Mike, I hope he didn't park in that area, or the K-West vehicles are not in that area. Is that one into the parking lots near the vehicles?
Yeah, we actually parked right behind, or to the left of home plate, if that makes any sense, behind the home crowd of Edinburg Vela in the first row. So we'll probably get a few close calls there, the way things are unfolding.
That one gonna be Deanda making the catch. Shallow center field, or
right behind second base.
Right in that little area, kind of in the no man's land between infield and outfield, but it was Deanda who made the catch.
Yeah, Deanda doing a great job getting in front of the ball. Was able to call off the shortstop and making that catch for the first out. So we've had 3 pop-ups, 3 out of the 4 hitters that popped up. The other 2 went straight to Ashley Sada.
All right, so here we go now. Cedillo to the plate, made that great catch to end the bottom of the second, and comes back. And here in the bottom of the second, she made the catch in the top of the second. Here she is in the bottom of the second to get jump on that first pitch and knock it into center field with a base hit.
Right down the middle. First pitch, she saw, just hit it right down the middle where there was nobody there except the center fielder. First base runner for the Lady Sabercats.
All right, so here we go. Sada taking a look at some plays. She's probably got a scouting report on there. She probably has a little scouting report as she takes a look at her wristband. She's pretty smart. You never seen that. Usually got some plays. Another base hit, or maybe not, as Escamilla tracks down that ball and gets the out at second base from tossing the ball there to Deanda and getting Cedillo out at second.
Yeah, I tell you what, Carlos, the third baseman was playing in, and that's the reason why she didn't have a good angle of it. However, Alyssa had a very good angle, had to backhand that play and make that force out at second. So terrific job there.
Alanis does get to first base on a fielder's choice, but there are 2 outs here. And the bottom of the second inning. To the plate now will be Amber Guerra, the Lady Sabercats. This one's going to be fouled back into the audience and out of play for strike number 1.
Amber Guerra, Carlos, had a big RBI triple in the 4th inning last night, which made it 3-0. When Edinburg Vela was kind of cruising along in the early part of the ballgame. And she does have some pop.
So the pitch here, 0-1, as Audrey Escamilla had to double clutch as the runner is going to second, steals second, gets by the second baseman and into the outfield, and to third base now goes all the way from first, Alyssa Alanis. Steals second, then advances on the air to third.
Alanis probably would have made it anyway, but the throw was still made, and Alyssa, wasn't there yet, and so the ball goes into center field, and with the air, Alyssa advances to third base. So now, say a wild pitch or a pass ball would give Alanis a chance to score.
Yeah, running from third, and you're exactly right, Mike. Audrey kind of double clutched a little bit there, and I think she would have been safe either way, Alanis. Back to the batter here for strike number 2. Amber Guerra, I got 1 ball and 2 strikes, I believe, Mike. Is that right?
That is correct.
That's where we're at. So at this point, Sada, a runner at third base, but needs to just concentrate on the hitter because she's got 2 outs. But anything out of the infield, and you got to believe Alani scores. 1-2 here to Amber Guerra. Sada, the big windup. That'll be an outside pitch. 2-2 now the count. As Sada trying to see if maybe she'll chase a little bit to that outside, knowing that she's got a runner at third base, trying to bring in that run.
And not only that, she's ahead of the count, or she was ahead of the count, so she was just trying to throw a little something to see if Guerra would bite on it, and she didn't.
Rosada back in the circle. Popped up, left field, Gonzalez, Escamilla also there. They bump into one another. Escamilla makes the catch, but she falls over Gonzalez. She's getting up as Coach Rodriguez and the rest of the players are going out to make sure she's okay. And Escamilla gets up. What a great catch she makes. Despite a dangerous tumble there.
You saw all the coaches run out there immediately, and the trainer and even members of the team rushing out to see. I mean, that looked a little scary, Carlos, when Alyssa caught it and then she kind of somersaulted and went upside down, fell down. How did she hold on to the ball? I have no idea. But that was just an outstanding defensive play. That's an all-district play right there.
At Weslaco ISD, our elementary schools are diving into new and inventive methods of learning that are transforming lives one mind at a time. Our innovative learning practices have earned our elementary schools numerous TEA distinction designations for their academic programs. Now with open enrollment, WISD, academics, arts, and athletics. For families everywhere, Weslaco ISD elementary schools are the right choice.
So after 2 innings, still no score, 0-0 in a tightly contested game. Of course, they're still early in the contest in the second inning. All right, so here we go. Jordan Diaz. She had a RBI last night, able to bring in a run to tie the game. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
She brought in Deanda. Just trying to remember, because I actually did those highlights today. But Diaz, the freshman, was part of the action last night in bringing in that comeback rally to tie the game. First pitch to her is a fastball. Strike.
Yeah, Diaz, only a freshman, was playing her first playoff game last night. And like I mentioned on the air, where big players, big plays, big moments as freshmen.
That one hit to the third baseman. Errant throw, and Diaz will stay at first base as having to stretch out for the catch. Audrey Guerra unable to catch that, and Diaz is on an error.
Well, the one thing we know about Edinburg Vela's third baseman, Alyssa Cedillo, is that she throws very, very hard there, and just off target there. Would have gone the out if it was accurate, but it was off target. So Jordan Diaz reaches on an error there.
So E5 there, and Diaz is on. And you want to tell me who's up next?
It looked like Ashley Sada was the next batter. She's the flex player. So for at least this at bat, we're gonna have Ashley hitting.
Yeah, and this is where the rules get kind of
little tricky.
Yeah,
and I think
because you could bring in players, it doesn't
sure.
mean that Gonzalez is not coming back out there.
Sure, and you can see Coach Rodriguez letting the umpire know. And I think we're going to have a courtesy runner here at first base.
Yeah, Lily Torres running at first base for Jordan Diaz. So it'll be Ashley Sada who will be batting instead of Helen Gonzalez. So a little bit of a change up here in the lineup, in the batting lineup for the Lady Panthers. Charlene Deanda warming up right in front of us. So once again, Lady Panthers with the leadoff runner on base. It's Lily Torres after the error. Jordan Diaz able to get to first base. Lily Torres, another freshman on this team, who is running. at first. Wind up looking for a bunt is Sada, but it'll be a strike, number 1 to Ashley.
Lily, Carlos, was actually stranded, second base last night, and she represented the winning run.
In the bottom of the 7th.
In the bottom of the 8th, I think. 7th or 8th, but she was there in position.
So here we go, another big windup by Reyes. This one looks like it's going to stay fair. And does it? No, it was caught actually in the outfield, and coming back quickly is Lily, and it gets away from the first base, and now she's going to go to second, and she's safe. What a hustle by the freshman. She goes all the way to second base. The catch is made by the right fielder. She comes back as safe at first, then hustles to second because the ball got away from the first baseman.
Wow, a lot of things happened in that one play. Ashley Sada looked like she lined it down the first base line, and we actually thought it was gonna fall down. But I was looking at the umpire because we don't have a good angle of it. But as it turned out, the right fielder, I'm sure, made a terrific catch there, and then was trying to get the double play. But Lily returned on time, but being that the ball was off, hustled her way to second.
Charlene De Anda now batting. First pitch to her is a ball. I don't know how she made that catch because that was a line drive to right field.
Yeah, it was hit hard. It was hit very, very hard. I mean, the right fielder must have been playing at the right position, the right area. Yeah, right place.
Got a strike right there, so 1-1 the count to Charlene De Anda. Got a runner at second base. And Libby Torres, a lot of speed there by the little freshman. And De Anda trying to bring her in here with what, only 1 out. Lined to the outfield and picked up quickly by the right fielder once again. And going to second base will be De Anda, but Lily Torres advances to third.
Right between second and first, sharply hit, going the opposite way there is Charlene De Anda.
So the line drive to right field, and De Anda with a base hit. That's now 1 hit here in this inning. The other one by Diaz was an error. That's how she got to first base. And here we go, Audrey Escamilla with an opportunity with only 1 out, runners at second and third.
Alyssa popped to shortstop. I believe it was in foul territory in the first inning. Her first time at bat.
Escamilla, slap hitter, trying to get it through the third baseman, and advances to first base. Now it's loaded. The bases are loaded. Torres stays on at third base. Didn't even get off the base because it was right in front of the third baseman. But Audrey Escamilla will now come to the plate. Only 1 out here in the inning. And Escamilla, Audrey now with an opportunity. The big power hitter for the Lady Panthers to bring in a run.
Exactly, Carlos. Lily, considering she's only a freshman with a very good IQ there, made the smart play of not moving. I mean, if she would have gone, there could have been a play at home plate. And Alyssa, with her speed, hustled her way to first base. So, as you mentioned, we have a bases-loaded situation with arguably our best hitter at the plate.
All right, so here we go. Drama here in the third inning. And that one goes to out of play. Down the third base line and foul for Audrey Escamilla. Strike number 1. So we got 2 hits in this inning and an error. So that's how we got the 3 base runners. A good catch by the right fielder is the only out. Escamilla. 0-1 count to her. Foul tip. Strike number 2. 0-2 now to Escamilla.
We saw the patience of Audrey in the first inning, taking some of those pitches and got ahead of the count early on. This time she's aggressive, going after that, after going after those pitches, trying to bring in some runs.
Yeah. And so here we go now. Reyes ahead in the count. 0-2. Escamilla knocks in a run. Torres will score. Gets by the left fielder. Also coming in, De Anda. Escamilla. Ashley. Alyssa scores. Audrey Escamilla with an inside the park home run. And it's 4-0 Weslaco Lady Panthers.
Inside the park, grand slam. And how often do you see that, Carlos? Clearing the bases, ball going through the third baseman and then going through the legs or through the glove of the left fielder all the way to the wall there. And what an outstanding job there by Audrey, bringing in some big-time runs here and going out in front. This is what we needed, Carlos. You know, last night they had to fight back, and now they got that early lead here in Game 2.
Lady Panthers battled. They get on base with an error, couple of hits. Escamilla does the rest. It gets by the left fielder, the defense that was so secure in that second inning for the Lady Sabercats, and just one play, and Escamilla with the inside the park grand slam, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably people out there that would argue that maybe there was an error along the way, but regardless, 4 runs scored. That's the big thing right there, is that all 4 runners scored. That's the most important thing. Anybody could score it the way they want it, but
yeah, 4 runs. Yeah, we'll let the Edinburg Daily Review and Greg Selber, who's scoring this game over there from the opposing dugout, we'll let him do the official scoring.
I mean, he's one of the smartest guys I've ever met. I'm sure, you know, we trust his judgment, and the way he scores it is probably the accurate one.
And meanwhile, we have Abigail Luna, who's now here at the plate, fouled back there.
And that was an 0-2 count, Carlos, on Audrey Escamilla, and she delivered that big hit.
Yeah, she jumped on the first 2 pitches, and now here we're, let's see, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Luna, and she's going to knock this one. It'll be foul. So 2-2 now to Abigail Luna. Remember, still only have 1 out, so Luna would like to get another rally going here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Sure, and she singled her first time up in the 2nd inning. So I think she's getting going a little bit after not getting a hit yesterday.
Lady Panthers made their adjustments on Reyes last night. It took them a while. It took them, 5 innings till they finally got on the board in that 6th inning. And here we are in the 3rd, and they already have 4 runs. 4-0, Lady Panthers, 1 out here, top of the 3rd inning. All right, the umpire getting reloaded with some softballs, as Luna has still had a little bit of a break here, facing a 2-2 count.
Yeah, we've had a lot of those balls go out of play in both sides of the ballpark.
That one will go to the pitcher. Easy throw to the first base, and the out right there. So Abigail Luna got a hit in the 2nd inning here, grounds out to the first baseman, to the pitcher.
Well, that's been the easiest out in this inning, Carlos, because the one, Ashley Sara, that ball was hit really hard to right field. So Reyes needed that kind of play right there to settle her down a little bit.
All right, so here we go. Reyes trying to get out of this inning. Damage has already been done. That's Gabby Rivera over the 2nd base into the outfield, and Rivera continues her hot hitting in this series with a base hit here in the 3rd.
You just kind of feel, Carlos, with this lineup that Weslaco possesses, it was only a matter of time. I think now they know what to expect with Reyes, and they're just putting the ball into play. And they've hit some hard hits, hard shots, hard grounders, and Gabby Rivera with her first hit of the night.
Yep. And there's Deanda, Charlene Deanda. They'll get the easy out at 2nd base on the force, and that'll be the end of the top half of the 3rd inning. But a big inning for the Weslaco Lady Panthers. Audrey Escamilla clears the bases for an inside the park grand slam, and it's 4-0 Lady Panthers. 3 hits for the Lady Panthers, 1 error on that particular, 1 error in that inning, and nobody left on base, which is something we had last night a couple of times where, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 runners were left on base for Lady Panthers.
As a matter of fact, Carlos, 7 runners were left on base yesterday, including the bases loaded, what was it, in the 7th inning, when the Lady Panthers tied the game and had an opportunity to win it. Not tonight. Tonight, they're driving in those runs, at least early on here. So that's just a great sign. I'm curious to see who the left fielder is going to be.
Yeah, and right now, is that Lily Torres out there? That's her in the outfield. It looks like she will be playing left field. So it'll be Torres in the outfield, the freshman, and looks like Gonzalez will not be playing the rest of the game.
And we only hope that she's okay, Carlos.
Yes,
but
sir.
as I mentioned, when she was walking out, she was already smiling. So that's a very, very good sign. Just a precautionary measure, I'm sure. The trainers don't want to risk anything. The coaches don't want to risk anything.
All right, so let's get to back to this game here, and it's going to be the pitcher, Reyes. And this one will be to the center fielder, De Anda, with the catch right there as Naomi Reyes jumps on the first pitch, Mike, and it's an out.
Charlene took a few steps forward. It was hit to right center, made a great play. She has a great glove out there.
Yeah.
As we saw her that she signed with Texas A&M in Kingsville along with her sister, Lauren, which is going to be awesome to see.
Yeah, this defense of the Lady Panthers, solid on the infield. You got to like the way De Anda plays as well. In the outfield, right there at center field, great speed to go left or go right. And you got the freshman now in Torres out there. We'll see how she does. But I'm sure Rodriguez wouldn't have put her out there if she wasn't capable. This one's fouled back. Escamilla with the catch right there. 2 pitches, 2 outs for the Lady Panthers.
That's a terrific start to the inning, and Audrey Escamilla doing a great job. We saw her do a play last night where the ball just kind of floated up in the air for about 3 or 4 seconds, and yet she still was able to throw her mask down and will still stick the glove out and make the play. Here, she had a little bit more time to get underneath the ball and make the second out for out number 2.
All right, we go to the top of the lineup now. Gabriela Villarreal will be at the plate.
Her first time up, she popped to Ashley Sada for the first out of the game.
All right, so here we go, Sada, the big wind-up. And it looks like Villarreal trying to lay down a bunt there with 2 outs, trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Sada just looks so much more comfortable tonight, Carlos. I don't know if it's because she started the game, I'm not sure, rather than coming off the bullpen or through, but she just looks so much more comfortable and confident.
Change-up right in the money there for strike number 1.
Number 1. 1-1 the count.
Trying to keep up here without a scoreboard. So 1-1 is the count. We do have a scoreboard. It's just off to one of our blind spots here down the first base line. So here we go, Sada. 1-1 count to Villarreal. That one outside corner and ball. So 2 balls and a strike now to Villarreal.
Audrey holding on to that pitch. It was hoping to get that count. Didn't. We know she does a great job at behind the plate there, getting those pitches.
Sada. 2 balls and a strike. Trying to lay down the bunt again. That'll be foul ball. Evens the count 2-2. Lady Panthers now playing. You talked about Mike having a little bit of confidence and being relaxed. Part of it has to do when you're up 4-0, right? I mean,
that helps. That helps a lot.
Especially a pitcher.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then when you have a defense like the Lady Panthers have, that have played together for all these years, I mean, that helps a lot too.
So 2-2 is the count. In fact, the infield, Mike. Strike there as she goes after that one, trying to lay down the bunt. Couldn't reach the high pitch, and that'll be the end of the inning as Sada picks up another K, her second one of the game. And we go through, it's 3 innings that are now done. It's 4-0 Lady Panthers as we go to the 4th. Weslaco ISD now introducing all-day pre-K. Bring your children to Weslaco ISD for a fun and engaging learning experience, helping to create lifelong learners.
At Weslaco ISD all-day pre-K, your kids become young scholars, taking part in leadership programs, learning about science and technology, introducing them to literacy so they love to read. Registration taking place now at Weslaco ISD, the right choice.
It'll be Lauren Deanda up next, Jordan Diaz, and we'll see who comes into, and that's where that flex
situation.
Tricky part of the lineup. Will it be Ashley Sada again? Will it be another batter? Will it be Lily Torres? Will it be Helen Gonzalez? We'll have to wait and see, Mike. But certainly for sure, we got Lauren Deanda and Jordan Diaz coming up next. And I see Lily Torres with the helmet on, so she might be getting ready to come in. Yep, sure is. Jordan Diaz actually is, yeah, we got Lauren Deanda, and then it's going to be Lily Torres.
So this would be our first opportunity to see Lily at the plate. A young freshman. Well, I think she came in yesterday, but as a courtesy runner,
yeah,
as we mentioned. But I don't think she went up to bat, did she? She just came in as a courtesy runner.
Well, the way she played in that third inning, Mike, coming back to first, stealing second, why not put her in there? A little bit of a reward here.
Sure.
See what you can do with the bat. That's maybe what Coach Rodriguez is saying. All right, so here we go, Deanda. First pitch with a ball, and second pitch, another ball. 2-0 the count.
Lauren popped up her first time up in foul territory.
Inside pitch. 3-0 the count here to Lauren Deanda. 3 straight balls, and Deanda being very patient and making Reyes earn it. And that one right in the strike zone there. Reyes able to find the strike zone.
And remember, Reyes did not walk anybody last night. She had 7 strikeouts, but did not walk anybody. So let's see if on a 3-1 pitch, let's see if Lauren
takes a swing at that one, Mike, and it goes foul for strike number 2. Now full count to the leadoff hitter, Lauren Deanda. All right, Reyes. 3-2 pitch. Deanda. This one will go to the shortstop and getting the out there. Good job by Taylor Chavez. She had an error earlier in the game. But this time she's able to handle the ball there for out number 1.
Another good arm right there, Carlos. We saw the third baseman make a throw there earlier in the game, Alyssa Cedillo, but Taylor Chavez, great arm there, do a great job delivering that throw accurately for the first out of the inning.
So Torres, Mike, is coming in here for Jordan Diaz. And it'll be Sada who will be batting after that. So here's the freshman. First pitch to her is a strike.
Left-handed hitter. Looking at her arm right there, I think those are instructions or strategy.
Strike number 2 for Torres. Couldn't catch up to that one. So ahead on the count here is Naomi Reyes. Torres now looking bunt here on an 0-2 pitch. Change up, goes down looking, does Lily Torres for out number 2.
Yeah, that's a tough task right there to have a freshman go up for her first time in her career in the playoffs, go up against a fastball pitcher like Reyes, who's going to play college baseball next year. But it's a learning experience. I mean, it's her first time up. Next time I'm sure she'll be a little bit more comfortable.
All right, so here we go. Ashley Sada, the pitcher, trying to help out the cause right here with 2 outs. Sada takes the first swing at that one, and it goes foul. 0-1 now to Sada.
Sada lined hard to right field, down the first base line.
If Sada can get on base, we'll go to the top of the lineup with Charlene Deanda on the on-deck circle now. Reyes eyeing the target, brings it, strike right down the middle. And this inning has been all Reyes, who has gathered her composure after giving up that grand slam in the third. So here we go now. 0-2 pitch to Sada. High and way out of play for ball number 1.
Ball must have slipped out of her hand there. Looked like the catcher wasn't anticipating that kind of pitch there. So, but it's still 1-2. Reyes trying to get an easy inning after a tough third inning.
Yep. So here we go. Oh, and Sada way behind on that one. She'll go down swinging. Another strike here. Now 3 strikes I have for Reyes, Noemi Reyes. That'll be the end of the top half of the 4th. It is still 4-0 Lady Panthers. The Lady Sabercats coming up to bat next. Let's take a look at what's coming up here. I think we go to the middle of the lineup. We'll have the 3-hole hitter, 3-4-5. Chavez, who was a big hero last night. Audrey Guerra and Alyssa Cedillo, who had a hit in that second inning. They'll be up to bat next, Mike. So let's take a look once again as the defense will remain the same for the Lady Panthers. Torres will remain there in the outfield. At left field, center field, Charlene Deana, and in the right field, the senior Amberly Barrera. Setting up the outfield there for you. Let's go ahead and set up the infield once again, as we got Escamilla behind the plate, the catcher, Gabby Rivera. At first base, at second base, Lauren Deana. Shortstop, the senior, Alyssa Escamilla. And at third base, Abigail Luna. On the mound, the junior pitcher, Ashley Sada.
And it looks like Carlos Benrostro is the one that's going to lead off this inning. I see her out there taking some swings.
Didn't she strike out?
That would be Gabriela Villarreal.
My work here is a little bit off.
That's okay. That's why you have a partner.
So here we go. Yeah, you're right. It will be Darisa Buenrosal. The last batter out was Villarreal, who struck out. So we go with Buenrosal.
And speaking of strikeout, Buenrosal struck out looking her first time up in the first inning on a 2-2 pitch.
So here we go, Darisa. So far, from my count, got 2 hits for the Lady Sabercats through 3 innings. We're here in the bottom of the 4th inning now. First pitch was the ball to Darisa Buenrosal. That one will go foul. Leaves up the count 1-1.
We've seen quite a bit of that tonight. Carlos Sabercats taking pretty good whacks at Ashley, but a lot of them going to foul territory.
We're 0 Lady Panthers here, bottom of the 4th inning. As we're in the 2, 3, and 4-hole hitters. And that one right to Luna. Picks it up and fires to Gabby Rivera. What a great arm for Abigail Luna, Mike, because she picks that one up, and Rivera doesn't have to stretch too much. She's a tall girl, but that one just right on target. Not a lot of work there for Rivera, just playing pitch and catch.
Right, Abigail was able to get that off of one bounce, and the ball was hit very, very hard, and was able to get up and deliver that throw to first base for the first out.
Yep, out number 1. So we'll now have Taylor Chavez coming to the plates, who popped up to the pitcher in the first inning.
Right, and once again, she's up with nobody on.
This time she is able to get it over Escamilla, and it'll be picked up by Torres in the outfield, and Chavez with a base hit.
Wasn't hit too hard, Carlos, but just hard enough to get it over Alyssa's hand up there. She stretched her glove out, but and so now Taylor is on for the first time tonight.
Yeah, just a good little blooper right over Escamilla, right in front of Torres. And with 1 out, Chavez is on at first base.
Audrey Guerra at the plate popped to second base in the second inning.
1 out here, bottom of the 4th inning, runner at first. Sala calling out the plays to her teammates. And here comes the pitch. Chavez takes off running. Luna picks, she throws to second, gets by De Anda into the outfield, picked up by Charlene De Anda. Chavez is going to score on the error, and on at second base will be the batter, Audrey Guerra.
Great play there by Abigail at third base. Unfortunately, the ball went to center field there. Looked like they were going to get the force out, and the SaberCats get their first break of the day, of the night actually, and now they have their first run on the board and base runner at second.
Well, what happened also, Mike, is Chavez took off a little early, like she was going to try to steal the base, or either that or she got a great jump, so Luna rushed her throw to second, and it was an errant throw off the mark, and that's why it got by De Anda and scored Chavez. So on the error, Chavez comes in to score, and it's now 4-1. Change-up pitch there. Dangerous now because you got a runner at second base in Audrey Guerra, and only one out. So Sala now has her work cut out for her.
Alyssa Cedillo at the plate, single her first time up.
First pitch to Cedillo was a strike. Now it's 1-1.
Actually took a little something off of that pitch, but Alyssa didn't take the bait there.
Now Cedillo, she's right in the middle of the lineup. She's the 5-hole hitter. Usually put your power hitters right there on the 4-5 spot. That's going to be a ball now. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Fans don't like that call. Sada, a little smirk on her face because she thinks that was questionable. So here we go, 2-1 to Sevilla, runner at second base. That one right on the money, evens up the count, 2-2. Sada like that one.
This is the first time that Sada has been in trouble, and so let's see how she responds. The last night she was able to get out of a few jams, and then now tonight has her first real jam here.
Shakes off one of the pitches high. Audrey doing a good job there, but the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here with a runner at second base. The batter, Alyssa Cedillo, made that great catch earlier in the game from third base to get an out in foul territory right by the fence. 3-2, and gets by De Anda. Runners coming home. Amberly picks it up. Throw at the plate, not on time, and the lead is cut in half as coming home to score is Audrey Guerra on the base hit by Alyssa Cedillo.
That ball was right off the glove of Lauren De Anda. It was a tough play to make anyway, but Alyssa Cedillo driving in a big run there. She's 2 for 2 now with an RBI.
Yeah, they got right by De Anda. It was a great clean hit. De Anda made an stretched out to try to get it down. Barrera picked it up from right field, fired to the home plate, but it was not on time. And it's now 4-2 Lady Panthers as their lead has been cut in half. And to the plate now here will be Alyssa Alani, still with only 1 out, and a base runner at first base. Strike number 1. Alanis reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. Sala. Change up, strike number 2 to Alanis.
You saw Alanis there swing away early on and just wasn't able to catch up on that pitch there. 0-2 the count. Infielders playing at normal depth, so they're not expecting Alyssa to lay down a bunt or do anything special, slap the ball or do anything special like that.
Here comes Sada. And nothing called right there outside for ball number 1 in the count.
That was very close to strikeout number 3 on the night for Sada there. A little bit outside.
Runner at first base trying to get the second out here in the inning. An error and 2 hits in this game, or in this inning for the SaberCats. Have put 2 on the board. And they'll go ahead and talk about this one a little bit. Will Audrey and Ashley Sada, as the umpire cleans the plate.
And meanwhile, the Edinburg Vela coach there encouraging her first, his runner at first, Cedeo, to go if there's a hit. Go as fast as you can.
So Alanis now looking at a 1-2 count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here comes Sada. High pitch. Audrey fakes it to first base. And it'll even up the count 2-2. Bottom of the 4th inning. Sada trying to get out of this inning with only giving up 2 hits or 2 runs. But she's got 2 more outs to go with a runner at first base. 2-2 count to Alanis. Change up and trying to make the adjustment there is Alanis, and that one goes foul.
Alanis barely staying alive there, was chasing that pitch, chasing that changeup, and was barely able to make some contact, and the ball went down the first base line, but went foul.
Yeah, and it had a weird spin on it. It looked like it could have gone back into fair territory. Good job by Gabby Rivera to get a hold of that one before it does go back in and becomes a base hit. 2-2 still the count. And this one's going to go to Luna off her glove. Escamilla is going to have to track it down. And another base runner right there as the hit by Alyssa Alanis on the 2-2 count.
Luna was able to get a glove on it, but just wasn't able to bring the ball in there. I mean, I give that an infield hit there.
Yeah, you got to give her the hit. Luna stretched out, made the effort off her glove, and not an easy effort. So you give her a base hit. You're exactly right, Mike. I got actually 4 base hits. I'd said 2 earlier, but you got to give a hit to Taylor Chavez and then advancing on the air.
And we see Coach Rodriguez come out for the first time tonight.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a rally going on by the SaberCats. And Rodriguez still with only 1 out. Runners at first and second. Coach Rodriguez wants to talk it over with her girls. And John Maples doing the same thing on the other side.
And we see the SaberCats there trying to get their crowd going. The inning began with a hard grounder to third base, and ever since then it's been
yeah, Chavez got on base with a hit, then an error, advanced to second. Came in to score. Audrey Guerra hit, scored. And Sevilla with a hit, and Alyssa with a hit. Alanis. So still only 1 out. It's now Amber Guerra at the plate right here for the Lady SaberCats.
Guerra popped too short. First time up in the 2nd inning.
So here we go, Sada, after getting some instructions from Rodriguez. That one's going to go to Escamilla. She'll pick it up second, try to get the double play, and she does! Alyssa Escamilla steps on second, fires to first. Rivera is there for the catch, and the double play!
Another all-district play by the great shortstop there, getting that grounder, hustling the second, and just delivers a rocket to first base. And big-time double play for the Lady Panthers to get out of this jam with only 2 runs scored.
Yeah, 4 hits, though, in that inning as Sada has dusted up a little bit. Also had an error, 2 left on base, and they do score 2 runs. It's 4-2 after 4 innings. Yeah, we're going back to the top of the lineup here. Here we go. Back to the top of the lineup. And we got Deanda, Escamilla, and Audrey Escamilla. Alyssa and Audrey after that.
And Charlene,
next 3 hitters.
Right, Charlene 1 for 2, singled and scored. 3rd inning.
So the Lady Panthers, big inning in the 3rd with those 4 runs. Nothing in the 4th, 2 strikeouts. In fact, in that 4th inning, they'll go to the 5th to try to get things going once again. Noemi Reyes, we talked about her. Will she be able to last the entire game? And she continues on here as we go to the 5th inning.
Yeah, and as you watch her, Carlos, and I mean, she probably hasn't pitched in back-to-back nights since maybe tournament play. But one thing Coach Rodriguez told me is that when you play tournaments, you're only allowed about 3 innings, and because they're timed. So that's what she experienced early in her season is a little bit different tonight, because if she pitches, say, all 7 innings, or if she goes 6, they'll start to feel it a little bit.
Yeah, and it's playoff time. There's a little bit more adrenaline. You're a little bit more warmed up. You're, you've been playing all season long. Your conditioning's a little bit different. That was a ball, Mike.
Okay.
A little bit of a ball. I know you're taking a look at the scoreboard. The umpire called that one a ball, so 1-0, 2-0 now. The ball number 2 to Charlene Deanda. We're getting to the nitty-gritty part of the game now. 5, 6, and 7 left. So 3 more innings. The Lady Panthers want to pad their lead once again. Still leading 4-2. That one inside. So 2-1 pitch to Charlene Deanda.
Charlene trying to be patient at the plate, taking those pitches. She hasn't taken a swing yet at this plate appearance. So now with the 2-2 count.
Yeah, that one right down the middle and Deanda as it catches the outside corner in that last pitch. So here we go, 2-2. Leadoff hitter, Deanda. She goes up high after that one. Does Charlene.
That was a high fastball there. Was able to make some contact. Foul on the play.
Yeah, like she already had it in her mind that she was going to take a swing no matter where it was.
And it's like we mentioned yesterday, Carlos, the way Reyes throws, you only have a few split seconds to make a decision.
Takes another swing at that one. That one's foul tip and not a play. Count remains 2-2.
But it just seems like they have a better idea of what Reyes is going to do versus last night.
Now look for the changeup right here by Reyes. Yep, and got her swinging. A little low out of the strike zone. Deanda goes after that one, and there's another strike. I got, what, 4 strikes? 1,
yeah,
2,
that'd
3.
be strikeout number 4 for the night.
So Reyes now on a roll here. Has sat down the last 4 batters. Alyssa Escamilla to the plate now. Has Alyssa done anything in this game? I don't remember.
Yes, she singled and scored the last time up, and it was a big part of that 3rd inning, and she's had a lot of defensive plays.
Yeah, outstanding defensively. And scored. And the senior right here will be playing at Temple College next year. Outside pitch, so 0-2 the count. Are we 1-1?
1-1.
1-1. Here we go, Reyes. Knocks foul. 1-2 now to Alyssa Escamilla. 1 for 2 tonight is Alyssa playing outstanding defense. Reyes bringing it. Change up low. Escamilla stays off of that one. Evens the count 2-2. Escamilla, a slap hitter. Uses her speed to get to first base.
And she loves to go the opposite direction on those slap hits.
High and ball. So 3-2, now full count to Escamilla. And they check with the umpire down the third base line. He says, nope, no pitch.
Alyssa looked like she wanted to swing at it and take a shot at it, but was able to hold up there.
Yeah, just a little bit too high for her. So here we go, full count to Escamilla, the senior. Reyes hasn't walked anybody yet in this series. And there it is, the first walk, Mike. You had talked about it earlier. And Escamilla, she takes first base.
First one, Carlos. We've had a few players that have had, ahead of the count here, 3-1, 3-0. And finally, Alyssa has broke through and has drawn a walk.
So
first time in the series.
Audrey Escamilla will now come to the plate. Last time out, an infield park home run with an error to that. She got a hit and then the error by the outfielder. So you give her the hit and then the inside the park home run on the error by the outfielder. How does that sound? Yeah,
it sounds fair. I mean, it's a tough call. The ball went under the glove of third base, which was cleanly, but then the outfielder had an opportunity to get the ball, and it just kind of went through her glove as well, all the way to the wall. So, sure. I mean, others would probably call it a grand slam, but I mean, regardless, is like I said earlier, all 4 runs scored, and that's the most important thing.
1-1 to count here to Escamilla. And she fouls that one. Before that walk, Reyes had put down or gotten 4 straight batters. Actually, if you go back to the 3rd inning, 6 straight batters before a hit, before a base runner at all. So Alyssa breaks that streak and is on base with 1 out. And her sister here fouls that one back.
So if we notice about Reyes, Carlos, number 1, when she's ahead of the count, she's very tough for the hitter at the plate. And number 2, if she's leading, she's also very, very tough. And so the bottom line is when you get base runners on base, that's when we notice that Reyes is a little bit more vulnerable. And the Lady Panthers have been able to come through with some big hits when you get base runners on. When there's nobody on, that's where she's very tough.
1 ball and 2 strikes here. So Audrey Escamilla, the junior catcher, fouls this one back. Count remains 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Escamilla has that runner at first base, her sister. Trying to extend their lead up 4-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Escamilla in the gap to right field. Alyssa will go to third base and runners at the corners as Audrey with another base hit, her 2nd one of the game.
This time going the opposite way between 2nd and 1st to right field. And what happens, Carlos, is that allows Alyssa to round 2nd and into 3rd. Ball hit the opposite way. So now the Lady Panthers in business trying to get those 2 runs back that they gave up the 4th earlier in the inning.
Yep, and here we go, Abigail Luna, who will come to the plate now here. She had a hit in the 2nd inning. And trying to keep the rally going with 1 out here. Runners at 1st and 3rd base, the Escamilla sisters. And Audrey will advance to 2nd base on the easy steal. The catcher won't throw to 2nd base, knowing that Alyssa will come home and score a run.
So that takes out the force out at 2nd for sure. So you got first base open.
And Alyssa does not have to run at 3rd base. Big swing by Luna, the strike. 1-1 now the count to Abigail.
Luna squared to bunt on the first pitch. Went away and took a home run swing there.
Abigail, the senior 3rd baseman. Right down in the, just a little bit outside there. It'll be a ball. 2-1 the count. So 2-1 now here to Luna. 2nd and 3rd runners. Still only 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Inside, a little too much inside. It'll be another ball. So 3-1. Abigail Luna now ahead in the count, 3-1.
And with Luna's power, you notice the infielders playing at normal depth there. So they're not anticipating Luna to bunt at all.
3-1 pitch. Luna, big swing again, and she wanted that one. She's taking some big hacks at this at-bat, Mike.
And we saw Reyes get a few big strikeouts last night. Looking for another one here.
So a full count here to Luna, the senior. Reyes only one walk in this series so far. And here's the big payoff pitch. Luna to center field. Alyssa Escamilla will score. Audrey held up at third. And Luna with the big 3-2 hit to make it now 5-2 Lady Panthers.
Luna going straight to center field. And Audrey thought about coming home, but Coach Rodriguez held her at third there. But they got a big run there to get a 3-run lead now at 5-2.
Well, and you go ahead and you hold up Audrey because probably your hottest hitter in the series is coming up next, Gabby Rivera.
And not only that, yeah, absolutely, Carlos, she had a single her last time up, has 4 hits in the series there, and you're right, with only 1 out, it's really not worth the risk here. You can still, even if Gabby flies out to the outfield, you can still bring Audrey in, with a sac fly or something. So a golden opportunity here to get another run.
Yep, another hit here in this inning. We had a walk and 2 hits in this inning, and a run scored now to make it 5-2 Lady Panthers.
Meanwhile, Luna, Carlos, after going 0 for 3 last night, is 2 for 3 tonight.
Yep, 2 hits in this game for Abigail Luna. She had a hit in the second and a hit here. You just saw it here in the 5th. So still only 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning as the Lady Panthers have gotten the bats going, and it's at the upper part of the lineup tonight. Here we go, Rivera showing bunt. And it'll be strike number 1. Advancing to second base was Luna. And I think Coach Maples is going to say no, there was call time. Now Maples will come over here and talk to the umpire.
Yeah, he wants to know about something because you notice Luna was just kind of sliding her way to second, kind of doing it on purpose to see if maybe they pay more attention to her and maybe sneak Audrey in at home. But the Lady Sabercats didn't take the bait there and let Luna go into second there. But yeah, there's something that Coach Maples there is questioning, and you can see the umpires there coming together to talk about things.
So Luna advanced to second base, and the only argument Maples would have is that it was a dead ball. And Luna's going to stay on there at second.
That would be the only thing I can think of, Carlos, is that perhaps the pitch was already made and maybe Luna is not supposed to go, or maybe he feels like Luna can go once that happens. But I mean, it was a delayed steal is what it was. And I mean, she just made her way to second, and that's always been the strategy of the Lady Panthers. Is you have a runner at third and you have a runner at first. There's an open base at second. If you can, go ahead and go and see if maybe the defense will do something they're not supposed to do and get that run from third home.
All right, so now the Lady Panthers and their fans making some noise here. And Coach Rodriguez is talking to the umpire. I don't know if there's any changes. Yeah, it's going to be a new runner. And it'll be the freshman Kimmy Espinosa who'll be running at second base for Luna. So Espinosa on at second base. She is a freshman, but she started on varsity on the volleyball team. Also an outstanding basketball player. And here she is, a 3-sport athlete, playing varsity in the playoffs with a very talented softball team. So she's on at second is Espinosa, courtesy runner for Luna. Okay, let's get back to our batter, Gabby Vela. Sure. It's still 0-1 to her. We've only had one pitch in this at-bat.
That was an interesting little sequence there after that pitch.
All right, so Rivera waiting. Takes a shot at that one right to the second baseman for out number 2, and that'll freeze the runners at second and third base. So Rivera pops out. So Amberly Barrera will come to the plate now.
And she's 0 for 2. Struck out the first time and grounded too short. And got to force out at second.
And there'll be a new runner. I guess Audrey Escamilla will come in off the base, and stepping in will be Jada Lopez, as we remember her from the basketball team, one of the starters. And she'll be running at third base. Will be number 13, the junior catcher, Lopez.
Well, we know Jada from her time, the Lady Panthers on the girls basketball team. And the great thing about that, Carlos, is that she brings that championship formula, that championship experience as a basketball player, bringing it here to the softball team.
Yeah, just the mindset.
Sure.
And the confidence that she has as an athlete. And she's there at third base. And Amberly Barrera, the senior right fielder, is in the batter's box. If Barrera can get on base, it'll be Lauren De Anda batting next. 2 outs here. Top of the 5th. First pitch outside. And laying off that one is Barrera. Been a slow-paced inning with a lot of changes and coaches questioning some calls. So here we go, Reyes getting to work. Next pitch, and Reyes, that one bounces foul. And it'll be 1-1 the count to Amberly Barrera.
Amberly wasn't sure that was fair or foul, but she just kept running there.
Hit right on the chalk, spin out of play for the foul. So here we go, Barrera, runners at second and third, 2 outs. Reyes, the big pitch. That one fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Landed right next to our camera guy, Val Zamora there. Had a souvenir. Could have had a souvenir and maybe some free popcorn, but
didn't stretch out the hand there, Val.
Didn't stretch out the hand. He's not very athletic either. He's just great at shooting with the camera, but that's about it.
All right, so 1-2 to Barrera. And here comes Reyes. Foul back again, that one out of play. Taking another swing at that one is the senior Barrera.
I once saw Val shoot free throws when we went out to a shoot at the basketball gym. It wasn't pretty.
Oh.
I love you, Val.
1-2 pitch, and Barrera goes down swinging. That'll do it. That'll be the end of the inning, but we do get another score due to the Lady Panthers on Alyssa Escamilla, an RBI. And it is now 5-2 Lady Panthers. Bottom of the 5th inning now here for the Lady Sabercats. And it'll be Naomi Reyes who will be the leadoff batter.
And she fly to center field her first time up. Looking for her first hit, is actually 0 for 4
then after
in the
that,
series.
After that, it'll be Catherine Montero and Gabriela Villarreal will be batting the next 3 hitters for the Lady Sabercats. They go to the top of the lineup after Reyes and Montero. Top of the lineup with Gabriela Villarreal. Had a big inning in the 4th, though, Mike, scoring a couple of runs on 4 hits.
And we saw the power of Edinburg Vela last night, and today it's been more small ball. Getting hits here, there, and hitting them at the right places and taking advantage of a mistake.
So here we go, bottom of the 5th inning. Naomi Reyes trying to get a little rally going for the Sabercats, and Ashley Sada trying to shut them down. to move into the final 2 innings with a 3-run lead. 5-2 the score here. Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning here on KWS. This is game 2 of the series. Game 3, if necessary, will take place tomorrow in Weslaco at 7 o'clock, Weslaco High School. Sada goes to work. First pitch outside to Naomi Reyes. Ball number 1.
Ashley had to work very hard there in that 4th inning. Got that big-time double play. Great defensive play by Audrey Escamilla.
This one, foul in territory for De Anda. Makes the grab right at front of the dugout. Lauren De Anda with the catch.
I was just waiting for confirmation on whether she caught it or not. And the only reason why I know she made the catch was because the team was cheering. But just a terrific play there.
Popped up into foul territory, and De Anda able to track it down. Rivera had an opportunity off of there, but De Anda with a better angle making the catch for out number 1. Bring up Montero here. Actually, not Montero. Looks like we got a new batter checking in here for the Lady Sabercats. And this is going to be Evan Perez. So Perez enters the game for the first time. And the pitch from Sada, she lines that one right in front of Barrera in the outfield for a base hit. Good job by Perez to get on base.
Well, perhaps Coach Maples was looking for something to get the team going a little bit there, because aside from Chavez, they haven't gone that much production on the lineup here, and Perez off the bench, left-hander, comes up with a single.
So base hit here with 1 out for Lady Sabercats in the bottom of the 5th inning. So we go to the top of the lineup. Gabriela Villarreal, 0-for-2 tonight.
Struck out her last time up in the 3rd inning. Popped to the pitcher in the 1st.
Change up outside for ball number 1.
One for 6 in the series so far for Gabby Rivera.
That one going to go to the outfield to Torres right in front of her. Gets by the left fielder. Run's going to come in to score. And a triple here after the base hit, then the error for Gabriela Villarreal.
Going the opposite way there to left field, I beg your pardon. And remember, Lily Torres went in for Helen Gonzalez there, wasn't able to get the ball, went under her glove, allowed Perez to score from first. And so with 1 out, now Sabercats in business again with a runner at 3rd.
And we'll have a new pitcher coming in now here. So we'll have some changes here. Coming in to pitch will be Audrey Escamilla, who started the game. And Merlin Chavarria will come in here to play, I believe, either short or 3rd base. We'll see.
Alyssa went 3 1/3 innings last night. Gave up 3 hits, struck out 3, hit 2 batters, and also had 1 walk. Had a great start, Carlos, last night. Cruised along the first 2 innings before she got into some trouble in the 3rd. And then was taken out in the 4th in favor of Ashley Sada.
So Perez comes in to score, Mike. Let's recap here a little bit of what happened. Perez got on a hit off the bench. She scores off of the triple by Gabriela Villarreal. She got a hit and an error, advances to 3rd base. Now Audrey Escamilla will come in here. After a big inning in the 4th, and they start a good inning here in the 5th. Escamilla coming in just as effective as Sada, and she's a totally different type of pitcher, maybe a little bit more speed for the senior, and she'll come to work here to try to finish the game for the Lady Panthers.
And being that she's a senior, Carlos, you can't go wrong with her coming in and trying to finish this thing off and bring it into bring this series back to Westlaco for a game 3.
Yeah, it's not.
I was just going to say, however, you lose that big glove at shortstop. And she's made some terrific plays tonight. And so hopefully everything will work out.
Yep, it's 5-3 now, the score, as the Lady Sabercats pick up another run here. And 2-run lead here for Lady Panthers.
Now batting number 13, your captain, Dobby Sablan.
All right, so Escamilla warms up a little bit. Still got her runner. Remember that at third base, Villarreal, who had the triple. And only 1 out still in this inning.
Ben Rostro grounded to third. The 4th inning is 0 for 2. Looking for her first hit of the series.
Darisa Buenrostro now at the plate here, trying to cut into that Lady Panther lead. They're up 5-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 out, runner at third base. Here we go, Escamilla, the senior, now in the circle for Sada. First pitch right down the middle for strike number 1.
Infield playing at normal depth, so they don't expect Ben Rostro to do anything special in the infield.
High pitch there. Nearly got away from Escamilla, but she does a good job
1 ball, 1 strike.
tracking that one down. 1-1 now the count. Lady Sabercat fans making some noise as they try to rally. Oh, Escamilla with a great pitch right there, low and outside. But Darisa Buenrostro goes chasing after that one. It's now 1-2, the count to her.
Let's see if maybe she can throw another one of those and get a big strikeout here.
1-2 the count. And she does. She goes after it. And for the strikeout, nope, they're going to say actually that was a foul tip.
Oh, wow.
No, she's out. Yep. Nope,
okay.
She's out. For strikeout number 1, so Escamilla, Alyssa, does her job right there. So coming up to the plate now will be Taylor Chavez. Scored a run, popped out in the first inning. So Chavez, dangerous, Mike, with a runner at third base, but there are 2 outs.
There are 2 outs, and yes, Alyssa's just going to need to focus on getting Taylor out. She's been a beast in this series. 3 hits last night, so she has 4 hits already in this series. And we're only halfway into game 2.
So a timeout called here, and Audrey wanted to talk to the a little conference here. He asked the coach to call a timeout, so let's see what's going on now.
Well, it's all about situation, Carlos. There's 2 outs, so if you get a grounder, they got to just keep in mind to get that out. You know what I mean? They're not to worry about the runner at third. You get a grounder, throw it to first base, and get out of this inning. It's all about fundamentals. You know, try not to make a mistake. Just little things like that. Make sure everybody's on the same page.
Little pep talk here. Make sure they keep everything in check with a 3-run lead, 5-3. The score, 2-run lead.
5-3, right.
And we have our first intentional walk of the game.
So what they're going to do, Mike? They're going to walk her. Maybe that is what the discussion was about. And no use having Chavez in the batter's box when we just walk her and go to the next one. So an intentional walk for Taylor Chavez, and now Audrey Guerra will go to the plate. So runners at first and third with 2 outs.
That's respect right there, Carlos. When you allow an intentional walk like that, I mean, I think Taylor has done enough damage there too. They're going to allow her to take first base and take your chances with Audrey Guerra, who reached on an error in the 4th inning.
All right, so here we go now. Lady Panther fans making some noise with chance of defense. So here we go. New batter, Audrey Guerra. And Escamilla in the circle. This one's going to be hit. Coming on, De Anda's going to make the catch, and that'll do it. That'll end the 5th inning. One run does come in to score, and the Lady Panthers lead as we go to the 6th now, 5-3.
Weslaco ISD is the right choice because we now offer open enrollment, free tuition, free transportation, access to award-winning UIL and extracurricular activities, admittance into summer enrichment programs, and schools recently awarded with numerous TEA distinction designations for their academic success. Live there, learn here. For families in Weslaco and now anywhere in the Valley, WISD is the right choice.
So we're going to have Lauren De Anda, looks like Jordan Diaz coming back into the game. And then we'll see who bats after that.
And Lauren is 0 for 2. She popped in foul territory to third baseman and grounded to short in the 4th inning. Quiet tonight, but can make some big noise right now by starting the inning off with a hit.
All right. Here we go. De Anda. Big night last night. Trying to get things going here on the 2nd game of the series. First pitch, ball to Lauren De Anda. High for ball number 2. Naomi Reyes has gone the entire game. She pitched all 7, or all 8, I should say, last night. And she's gone the distance here this evening. High pitch there, ball 3. So 3 straight pitches. All balls here to De Anda. Now, the pattern has been she throws a strike right after this. And we'll see how she's doing now here in the 7th inning, and maybe a little tired. Able to control the pitch for strike number 1 in this at-bat.
Yeah, Lauren took that pitch there. And, yeah, you wonder how the arm of Reyes is doing for a long, hard-fought win last night.
De Anda gets a hold of this one to right field. Gets by the outfielder to the wall. De Anda with speed, rounding second. De Anda, big turn at third, thinks about it, and she'll go back. And a leadoff triple for the Lady Panthers. Lauren De Anda with the big hit to right field.
Right on cue, Carlos. As I mentioned earlier, she's had a quiet night at the plate, and it was only a matter of time going the opposite way to right center field, all the way to the wall. It looked like the right fielder had some problems getting the ball out there, and Laura was able to go to third base and thought about coming home.
All right, so Jordan Diaz will now come to the plate as in the circle now, Maples wants to talk to his troops. And what a hit by De Anda here in the 6th inning to get a little possible rally going for the Lady Panthers in the 6th.
We see her doing it on defense tonight, and now coming up with a big-time leadoff hit right here in the 6th inning.
So here we go. Diaz will go to the plate, the freshman, to hit. Following her in the on-deck circle, we have Ashley Sada. And then we go to the top of the lineup after that, Mike. So no outs here in this 6th inning. Lady Panthers trying to win Game 2 here at Robert Vela High School. Send it back to Weslaco for Game 3 on 7 o'clock on a Saturday evening. Prime time.
Yeah, prime time, absolutely. Absolutely. Looking forward to it. And, you know, let's pull this off. We got 2 more innings to go.
Still got some work to do, yes, sir. Lady Panther fans making some noise now here, and they're here in the crowd. They were a little stunned last night, but this game, it's been Lady Panthers well in control of the contest.
And the great thing, Carlos, is that a loss like last night, some teams would maybe get down, maybe not have that momentum carry into tonight, but no. I mean, and we talked about it. We touched on it on the pregame. We saw how loose the team was coming into the campus, and yeah, they've been very aggressive from the get-go and have taken advantage of these opportunities, and now another golden opportunity with nobody out.
All right, so here we go. Diaz Takes the shot right to the second baseman. Will freeze the runner at third base. That's out number 1. Diaz jumped on the first pitch.
Yeah, she hit it very, very hard, but right at second base there. A great catch by Edinburg Vela there.
Yeah, line drive.
That would be Cameron Cáceres.
Goes right to Cáceres. Right on target there for out number 1. And now it's Sada, who will try to bring in De Anda at third, who started off the inning with a triple.
And Sada's 0 for 2, struck out swinging in the 4th inning and then lined to right field in the 3rd. You know, trying to help the Lady Panthers here. No longer the pitcher, but can now contribute as a hitter.
All right, so here we go, Sada. In and out of the game at this position here. And looks like umpire is going to talk to Maples over there near the dugout. Might be some changes coming here for the Lady Sabercats. We know they do have a couple of other pitchers, the Lady Sabercats. Reyes is the race. In fact, they announced right before the game 232 strikeouts. We knew she had over 202 according to some other sources.
According to our research here.
And then she had, what, 7 last night or something like
that? 7.
That?
But no, somebody that perhaps has followed them all year long has her at 230. That's very, very impressive.
And she's going to stay in the game, will Naomi Reyes. And so here we go, Sada, the junior pitcher, hitting here. Try to bring in De Anda on at third. Low pitch, gets away from the catcher, but De Anda stays at third. Great speed at third base for the Lady Panthers with De Anda. And Ashley Sada steps back into the batter's box here. Low pitch for ball number 2.
With the infield playing back, you know, you wonder if perhaps Ashley will maybe take a chance at bunting the ball down here in the infield and bring that runner from third.
This one, second baseman going back. She makes another out here in this inning. Does the second baseman, Kimberly Cáceres.
That's a big out right there. Kimberly Cáceres coming through with another big catch right there. And all of a sudden, there's 2 outs after that leadoff triple.
A busy night for both these second basemen tonight. Cáceres and also De Anda. So it'll be up to the sister of Lauren De Anda, the twin sister, who will come up here now, Charlene De Anda.
Ball wasn't hit hard enough, Carlos, to bring De Anda in.
De Anda to the second baseman again. Great stop by Cáceres. And she gets all 3 outs in this inning. And that'll do it. That'll be the end of the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Lady Panthers still with the lead, 5-3. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning here. 5-3, Panthers with the lead. Audrey Escamilla still in the circle here. Check out the defense here for the Lady Panthers. It's going to remain the same. We'll have to check to see who goes into the outfield. We got Abigail Luna there at still playing shortstop. We got Chavarria there, Marlene at third base. And now we got our outfielders coming out. And we will see here who comes out. So got Amberly in there, De Anda. Still waiting for that right fielder, or left fielder to come out. Still waiting for that left fielder to come out.
I see 2 players in the outfield.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens here with the left fielder.
I did see Coach Rodriguez talk to the umpire right now, probably letting him know about the changes.
Yeah, still trying to decide or talking about the changes to the, looks like we have some changes to the lineup, and we also have some changes that are coming for the Lady Panthers. Still waiting for that left fielder to go out there for Weslaco. It is 5-3 Weslaco. Bottom of the 6th inning, trying to wrap this one up so they can head back to Weslaco to finish up. The Lady Panthers jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the 3rd inning. It will be Torres going back out there to left field. But 4 runs in the 3rd inning, a big 3rd inning for the Lady Panthers, and then 1 run in the 5th. That's how they got their 5 runs. We got 2 runs for the Lady Sabercats in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. That's how they got their 3 runs.
And we knew that the Sabercats weren't going to go away. We knew that, yeah, 4-0, it's a great lead, but it was too early in the ball game. And they've had some opportunities, but it's good to see that the defense, you know, despite some runs scored, have come through with big outs here.
So the changes being made. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, I should say, to this broadcast on KOS. We got the Weslaco East Wildcats also played against Edinburg. They lost last night in Game 1, playing Game 2 back at Weslaco East. And Lady Panthers here up 5-3. Carlos Sobeto along with Mike Gonzalez. We have Don Ramirez on camera along with Val Zamora. Mike Palacios on the board tonight doing the switching. We also have Joe Leal working the audio. And Darlene Gracia working tonight on the graphics. First pitch is a strike for Audrey Escamilla. The batter here looks like, and it is, Alyssa Cedillo.
You know, I'm sure our fans have had an opportunity to see the different angles that we have from our great camera crew here.
Pop foul for strike number 2. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, I was just going to let the fans know that, yes, we have a terrific crew here, and we've shown a variety of angles here from, like, first baseline.
It's playoff time.
It's playoff time.
Playoff time, we bring out a few extra cameras.
Yeah, a few extra cameras, more equipment, more wires, more cables. And the crew.
More crew members out here to give you a special look of the Lady Panthers during this playoff run. Escamilla fouled back. Count remains 0-2.
Alyssa 2 for 2 with a big RBI in the 4th inning.
We do have a final score from Weslaco East, and it is Edinburg wrapping up that series, winning 15-5 in 6 innings. So a 10-run rule. 5 runs, though, for Weslaco East, and a good season for them as Victoria Vasquez, first-year head coach, into the playoffs for the Wildcats, but their season is over now. This one's still alive, and the ball pitch there, a ball to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Weslaco East in the playoffs 6 times this decade, make a change their head coach and don't miss a beat, and you know, it's good to see, and you know, the arrow can only go up now, you know, now that the system is in place, and the new skipper here, and so look forward to great things for the Lady Wildcats next year.
Pitch right down the middle for strikeout number 1. Alyssa throwing some heat on that pitch.
Great job there, Alyssa. 1-2 count. Really wanted to get Alyssa out, who's been a thorn tonight with 2 hits, and gets a big strikeout here to lead off the 6th inning. Her 2nd strikeout tonight.
Batting next will be Alyssa Alanis. Got back-to-back Alyssas. And so Alanis, who will come to the plate, Mike.
1 for 2 on the night. Reached on the fielder's choice in the 2nd. Single in the 4th inning.
1 out here, bottom of the 6th inning. Escamilla changeup, drag bunt. Audrey picks it up, fires to first base. De Anda covering for out number 2 of the inning.
Wow. I thought that was a terrific bunt by Alyssa Alanis. I mean, she squared up. The ball went right in front of the plate, stayed fair. Audrey, once again, throwing that mask, gets the ball up and makes a sharp throw to first base. And, man, what a big-time play right there.
De Anda covering perfectly right there. And the strike from Escamilla for out number 2. Escamilla, Alyssa, Mike, what a fantastic little run she's having here. in these last 2 innings.
Looks a lot more confident tonight, Carlos. I mean, we did see her do well the first 2 innings last night. It's just that when base runners reached bases where she got in trouble.
Yeah, she did good. She was fine for the first 3 innings. She was on fire. Remember, she struck out the side in that first inning. It was, that third inning when they finally scored.
Had like an error, a base on ball, and a hit by pitch.
Yeah. First 2 innings, she went 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 in those first 2 innings. That ball outside, ball number 2.
But her command just looks much more better tonight. I think she hit 2 batters last night, so she was off on some of those pitches, but her pitches have been on mark tonight.
Behind the count here with 2 balls. That one right down the middle, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm sorry, 2 balls and 1 strikes. 2-1 is the count. Escamilla trying to even up the count now. Oh my goodness, big swing there by Alanis, but it's just a big strike. I'm sorry, Guerra to even up the count 2-2.
Guerra there thinking long ball, took a whack at it but missed it. Lissa 1 more strike away.
Trying to finish up this inning and go to the 7th with a lead. This one will go. So Luna picks it up from the shortstop position, and Rivera is there for out number 3, and we'll go to the 7th with the Lady Panthers leading 5-3.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlan Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
All right, so here we go now as Alyssa Escamilla doing a good job pitching, and she'll be hitting first here in the 7th inning.
You know, and we don't mean to be greedy here, Carlos, but, you know, a 2-run lead is nice, but it'd be nice to get an insurance run here in the 7th and just give Alyssa that much more cushion with 3 outs to go.
Absolutely. Want to pad your lead. It's okay to be greedy when you're here in the postseason and you're playing a top team like the Vela Sabercats.
On the road.
Yep.
On the road with the season on the line.
Yes, sir. It's win or go home. Well, I shouldn't even be saying that because you win and you do go home. But it's you win and it's over if the Lady Panthers can't wrap it up tonight.
But with the meat of the lineup here, Carlos, it's a great opportunity.
Yes, sir.
To perhaps put up another run or 2 here.
Escamilla. Oh, she gets by the 3rd baseman, and she's going to advance to second. No, it's actually a good job there done by the left fielder to keep Escamilla, as it was just able to get by the 3rd baseman on the slap hit by Alyssa Escamilla.
And that just barely stayed fair there. Wasn't sure if the umpire was going to rule it fair or foul there, but luckily it stayed fair, and Alyssa on board with a leadoff single.
Leadoff runner on at first base, and Audrey Escamilla is here showing bunt. Now pulls back, now showing bunt, pulls back, and strike number 1 after all that.
Audrey with 2 hits tonight. Singled her last time up in the 5th, and we saw what she did in the 3rd inning, driving in all those 4 runs.
Gets under that one. Shallow left. Shortstop going back and getting the out. They'll throw back to first base, but Alyssa is back, and there's out number 1.
Nice play there by the shortstop. Taylor Chavez there getting underneath it and putting that glove up and getting that first out.
So here we go, Abigail Luna. That has a couple of hits in this game. And so try to keep the inning going here with 1 out.
single her last time up. Has 2 singles tonight. Has had a pretty good series.
Taking off is Alyssa, and ball gets away from Chavez, and Escamilla is safe at second base. Looked like the throw was there, but Chavez couldn't handle, and Escamilla there on at second base, now in scoring position.
In scoring position with only 1 out here, so let's see what Luna can do. He's done a great job defensively as well.
So Luna, runner at second base. That one gonna be a ball.
Should be 1-1 to count.
All right.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Yep, 1-1.
On Luna.
And so here we go, Reyes. Been going all night. Abigail gets a hold of that one. Into center field, base hit. Escamilla coming home, and she'll score. And Luna with an RBI here in the top of the 7th to make it now 6-3 Weslaco.
And with Alyssa's speed, Carlos, there was no doubt Coach Rodriguez was going to send her around third and drive and bring in that big insurance run that we were hoping for and get that lead again, 3-run lead again, 6-3.
2 hits here in this inning. Luna with 1 out is on at first base. And coming up to bat next is Gabby Rivera, and Maples wants to talk to his pitcher. Maples trying to keep his team in this one. Looks like he's just talking to his softball team and not give up any more runs in this inning. So it's 6-3. That's still manageable as you go to the bottom of the 7th. Don't want to make it a blowout inning here for the Lady Panthers.
And they understand that Gabby Rivera, who's coming up to bat, already with 4 hits in this series. So, you know, they're just talking about, you know, make sure to deliver good pitches. And I think looks like Reyes is coming out of the game.
Yeah, Reyes was going to sit down and pitching here. Let's see who they're going to have Deandra Longoria, who is a junior pitcher. I'm sorry. Take a look at this. Yep, a sophomore pitcher, I should say, for the Lady Sabercats.
And so Reyes tonight goes 6 1/3 innings and gives up 6 runs. What do you have, Carlos? I have about 9 hits.
Yeah, I can do some calculations for you right now. For the Lady Panthers,
I have 9 hits.
you can go with 9 hits, Mike.
Gave up 10 last night, 9 tonight. But man, she's put in a lot of work here in this series. And so you wonder if this does go to a game 3, will she pitch tomorrow?
So fans on both sides here having a good time as in between innings some of the players come out wearing different hats and costumes, try to get their crowd going. And new pitcher now coming in. This will be Deandra Longoria, 10th grader, sophomore for the Lady Sabercats.
Chances are she'll be a pitcher next year, perhaps the ace left-hander.
So here we go, Gabby Rivera. After the new pitcher comes in, Abigail Luna at first base, 1 out. First pitch is a strike here to Rivera.
Gabby popped out to second base in the 5th inning. Last time up.
Goes chasing after that one, does Gabby. And a high pitch. And first 2 pitches for Longoria are strikes.
Looked like she was trying to check her swing at the last second, but went too far and is now behind 0-2.
That one a little high also. That'll be a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Rivera. Runner at first base, Abigail Luna, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning here. Rivera takes a swing at that one into the outfield. And we got runners at first and second. Rivera patient at that one. She went after the first 2 pitches. And she's on here at first base. So here we go now. It's Lady Panthers, Amberly Barrera now at the plate. Only 1 out. 5-3, Lady Panthers with the lead here, top of the 7th. New pitcher in here, Longoria. First baseman goes to talk to her. Tell them to hang in there.
And Amberly's 0 for 3, has struck out twice.
And Mike, let's check that because Amberly, that's not Amberly. This is going to be, who's wearing number 12? It's a new batter, Mike.
Okay. I think it is Amberly. I see, it looks like number 17. Let's see if we could have a.
There we go. Yep, you are right.
Okay.
I was mistaken on the numbers. So it is Amberly still in there. Takes a swing at that one. Back to first base from the catcher. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. That 7 looked like a 2 for a little while there, Mike, and I thought number 12 was in there instead of number 17, Barrera.
Well, what happens is they're wearing the dark gray jerseys with purple numbers. So sometimes it's a little tricky.
Low pitch there, evens up the count, 2-2 for Barrera. Longoria going to work on the 2-2 pitch. And Barrera gets a hold of that one. It's going to drop for a base hit. Luna at third base. And she's going to hold at third. And Barrera with a base hit, and bases are loaded now. Coming up to the plate, Lauren De Anda.
Ball wasn't hit too hard, Carlos, but it was just at the right spot there in right field. Runners advance.
Bases are loaded now for Lauren De Anda. Already up 5-3 are the Lady Panthers. But Longoria has come in here and given up 2 hits back-to-back.
And Lauren tripled her last time up, but was stranded at third. If you recall, she led off the 6th inning, but didn't score.
De Anda lays off that one for ball number 1.
A chance to break this game open here.
Strike. 1-1 the count. Still only got 1 out in this inning, bases loaded. Longoria trying to go to work here and finish up this inning. High pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Lily Torres will come on to bat if De Anda can get on base. Ball evens up the count, 2-2.
So with the bases loaded, the 3-1 count, will Coach Rodriguez give Lauren the green light here?
Yep, and it's a walk. So she'll walk in or run here, will Longoria, as Luna comes in to score. Scores now 7-3, Lady Panthers.
And Lauren giving credit there for an RBI for drawing that walk. Driving in Abigail Luna, 7-3.
Lily Torres, lefty freshman, will come to the plate here now. Bases remain loaded.
Yeah, you recall her first experience in the postseason at bat here. Struck out looking on 3 pitches, and this time takes a pretty good whack at it, but fouled away.
Pop up into the parking lot for strike number 1. 7-3 is the score. Lady Panthers top of the 7th. Change up, and Torres. Strike number 1 here, 1-1 the count. Longoria. Torres. Base hit. Another run will come in to score. That's Gabby Rivera. Make it now 8-3 Weslaco.
Lily, the freshman, coming through. Nothing fancy, just a hit up the middle, make some contact to center field, drives in a run. 5-run lead.
So the Lady Panthers with a big inning here now. And Reyes was bringing the heat compared to Longoria. Lady Panthers teeing off now here on Lady Sabercats with another hit. Five-run lead for the Lady Panthers, 8-3. Still got another half inning to go for the Panthers to wrap it up, and still more in this inning with only one out.
It looks like number 19, Carlos.
Is it 18 or 19, Mike?
I believe it's 19. We have that in our roster.
Marlene Chavarria. A hit to right field. 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs come in to score. 3 runs come in to score. And Marlene Chavarria, the freshman, with a triple clearing the bases.
The freshman's coming through. Lily Torres, now Marlene Chavarria. Whacks this one all the way to the wall, clears the bases, breaks the game wide open.
11-3, Mike.
And even the Lady Panthers here are clapping their hands and doing that cheer. Way to go, freshman. Way to go.
So Marlene Chavarria clears the bases on the triple to make it now 11-3, and coming to the plate now here for the Lady Panthers. And let's see who's batting now. Well, they're going back to the top of the lineup, and they'll remain with Charlene De Anda.
And Charlene grounded to second her last time up. She is 1 for 4.
Be patient, be patient.
Ball high. Coming up on 10 o'clock now, 10-11 actually here in Weslaco. Got a late start, so a little over 2 hours in this game. Here in the top of the 7th. De Anda and Chavarria will stay at third base. De Anda, what's that now, ball 2?
2-0 the count.
About to bat around in the order, Mike.
About to bat around the order, correct.
Yep, yeah.
And with 1 out, I think that was a smart thing to keep the runner at third.
Goes right back to Longoria. She bobbles it, and on at first base is De Anda. So Escamilla got everything started in this inning with a hit, and she's out here to bat again. Good luck with the scoring this inning, Mike.
Right. In fact, she led off with a single and stole second and scored on the big, big hit by Luna. Got things going. What did I say, Carlos? I don't mean to be greedy. Well, the Lady Panthers have delivered big time for us.
Yep. So here we go, Alyssa. 11-3, Weslaco Lady Panthers. After losing last night by a score of 5-4. The bats have come to life here against Reyes and Longoria here in this 7th inning. Escamilla, runner at first base and second base. De Anda's at second. Chavarria at third base. And that one right down the middle for the first strike at the at-bat. 3 balls, 1 strike here now to Escamilla.
Alyssa making Longoria work there. Taking those pitches.
And another base hit. That one right down the middle. Another run comes in to score. That's Chavarria to make it now 12-3, Lady Panthers.
Nothing fancy again. Carlos just making contact. Ball goes up the middle for a hit. Drives in another run. Still only 1 out.
Yep, still only 1 out here, and Audrey Escamilla will now come up. And new runner will come in. This will be Sydney Cepeda, who will come in to run at second base. It's batting practice now here for Lady Panthers.
It is for tomorrow, by the looks of it. Tomorrow we still need 3 more outs, but it's good to see the bats come alive tonight. Got going a little late yesterday, and tonight it's been from the get-go, really.
I'm not sure what the delay is here. They're going to bring in a new pitcher. I don't see Maples out in the field. But the players in the middle of the field talking it over with the Vela SaberCats little conference here now.
Right. First base is open, so the infielders are probably talking about, what are they going to do if they get a grounder, making sure everybody's on the same page.
All right, let's go back to the batter here, Audrey Escamilla. High pitch. Big inning here for the Lady Panthers. 12-3 is the score. Escamilla pops this one foul and out of play. Runners at second and third. Sydney Cepeda, 1 ball and 1 strike here to Escamilla. Longoria still pitching for the Lady SaberCats in relief of Reyes. Audrey, and that one will go to Chavez for out number 2 of the inning. It's been a big inning here for Lady Panthers. And
it's been a while, Carlos, since we've had an out. In fact, Audrey was the last player to get an out.
Yeah, they batted around in this inning. And now to the plate here for her second time will be Abigail Luna. Earlier in this inning, she scored a run.
And had that big RBI single driving Alyssa. 3 hits tonight.
So here we go, Abigail. First pitch is a ball inside. Pitch by Longoria. And that one's a strike. 1-1 now the count to Luna.
1-1 count now.
And with this lead, Carlos, it only makes things easier for Alyssa when she comes in to finish it off in the 7th.
Luna, third baseman, picks it up, fires to first, and that'll do it. But 6 runs for the Weslaco Lady Panthers in this inning make it 12-3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Lady Panthers certainly made their adjustments in this contest. Remember, it was scoreless through 3 innings. The 4th inning, it was scoreless till 2 innings, and it was in that 4th inning that the Lady Panthers and Audrey Escamilla, with that inside the park grand slam, scored the 4 runs. And pretty much it was quiet, Mike. I mean, they scored another run in the 6th. The 5th, another run in the 6th, and then all those runs that happened in the 7th inning.
And the great thing, Carlos, is that they should have a pretty fresh Ashley Sada for what looks to be Game 3 tomorrow night. She only threw 4 1/3 innings tonight, so.
So Alyssa Escamilla will try to wrap things up. 12-3 is the score here, bottom of the 7th inning. Lady Panthers trying to even up this series and take this one back to Weslaco. Certainly not over yet. We've seen crazier comebacks than 9 runs. First pitch is fouled back. Longoria, who came in as the pitcher for strike number 1.
And we saw that she was a left-hander in the circle, but you notice she's batting right-handed. Usually we'll see a right-handed pitcher and then maybe they're a left-handed hitter, and this time it's the opposite.
Strike number 2 as that one is fouled into the dugout. So 0-2 the count here to Longoria, the sophomore pitcher for the SaberCats. And here we go, Alyssa. Low pitch for ball number 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defense remains the same for the Lady Panthers here in the final inning. Escamilla trying to wrap this game up, send us home with a victory. It'll be a 7 o'clock start tomorrow. Am I counting the chickens before I hatch? I think I can. 6-run lead here for the Panthers. Oh, I'm sorry. 9-run lead for the Panthers. And they played solid defense. There have been some errors for the Lady Panthers in this game. I think we have 1 error. 2 errors.
A few mistakes, but
yeah, there's some things that they certainly need to clean up.
Right. Relatively speaking, the defense has looked great, making some big plays.
Another one in the dirt, evens the count 2-2 to Longoria. If anything, for the Lady SaberCats, they like to get a little bit of momentum going into tomorrow's game. Get some more looks at Escamilla. And Longoria sends this one to De Anda at center field. She gets the out. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
The ball was sharply hit to center field. Charlene played it perfectly, just took a few steps and got that first out.
New batter here now for the Lady SaberCats, and this will be Evan Perez. Actually, we saw her come into the game earlier, Perez. Escamilla fouled right back to her, actually right off the handle, right back to her for out number 2. It'll be interesting to see who Coach Rodriguez goes with tomorrow as the pitcher. Do you go with Sada, or do you take Alyssa Escamilla and work her? And so is Sada tired?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point. We saw Ashley with her command today so much more comfortable versus yesterday, but you're right, the work she put in today, you wonder how she'll feel tomorrow. But I mean, you can't go wrong with either one, really. I thought what they did today worked out pretty good.
Change up, that one go to right field. It's fair for the hitter here, Gabriela Villarreal, rounding second now to third, and she stays there at third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and a 9-run lead for the Lady Panthers. And Alyssa Escamilla not really too worried about the runner, but if anything, like we talked about, this Gabriela here, this hitter, just got a good look, Villarreal, at what she could face tomorrow.
And going back to your point about Ashley or Alyssa tomorrow, I'm curious to see what the SaberCats are going to do. Is Reyes going to start? And she's put in a lot of work these first 2 games. She's thrown over 14 innings in the 2 games combined.
Buenrostro knocked. Torres coming in, Diana, and that'll do it. That'll be the end of game 2. The Lady Panthers keep the series alive with a victory here tonight. A big inning in the 3rd, picking up 4 runs. An even bigger inning in the 7th, picking up 6 runs. They win this one by a final score of 12-3. We'll have another game tomorrow, game 3 for the Bi-District Championship. The Lady SaberCats at Weslaco High School starting at 7 o'clock. We'll see you tomorrow. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Romero. Good night, everybody.